All right, guys, we are talking about our last explorer for the week today. We have already talked about so many explorers that have come to Alabama, and we are finally at the last one. It is Friday, Junior. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow we have our quiz on all these explorers, so make sure that you go back at some point and review all these PowerPoints before tomorrow so that you can do your absolute best on the quiz. All right, today we are going to finish off by talking about Henry Hudson. Henry Hudson. All right, this is a picture of Henry Hudson. Well, not a picture because they didn't have cameras back then, but a drawing of Henry Hudson and his ship, the Half Moon. And there is Henry Hudson. Again, you see that collar around his neck. That was not because they thought it looked fantastic. It was a symbol of wealth and status. All right, so Henry Hudson was an English sea captain and explorer. However, he sailed on two voyages for England to find a northeast water route to get to the rich spice trade in Asia. But those first two voyages were both failures because he kept running into icy northern seas that did not allow his ship to pass onto the route that he needed to get to that spice trade in Asia. Hudson actually ended up convincing the Dutch East India Company to hire him and give him another chance to go on that exact same expedition that he tried the first two times for England. In 1609, Hudson and his crew sailed west across the Atlantic. He reached the New World, landing on the island that we now know as Manhattan. So New York area is where he landed. Unfortunately, his last voyage ended in a mutiny. Now remember, mutiny is when the crew rebels and kind of goes against the captain. And the reason they claimed mutiny was because Henry Hudson refused to answer his crew's demands and go home. Henry Hudson did not want to return home, and his crew did. So his crew actually took over the shift and set Hudson adrift on a really small boat. So they kind of said, see you later. If you're not going to do what we want us, if you're not going to do what we want you to do, then we're just going to set you out and you can go by yourself. Hudson's fate is unknown. No one actually knows what happened to him after they kind of set him off on that boat by himself, but his legacy does live on because now we have the Hudson Bay, the Hudson River, and the Hudson Valley that are named after him, and the Dutch settlement that became known as New York City is also named in his legacy as well. So those are just 4 areas in the United States, in America, that are named after Henry Hudson. Alrighty, that wraps up our last explorer that we're going to talk about for the week. Same thing as every other day this week, you've got a very short 4-question quiz in your folder, so please make sure that you go and complete that. Tomorrow is Friday, so go enjoy your Thursday afternoon. Make sure that you are coming back to these PowerPoints if you need to review before your quiz tomorrow on all of these explorers. And I will see you next week, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.